Last time I introduced you to Gardens to Go, which was a lunchbox kit with 18 activities for elementary age kids that had to do with gardening. Now I have created a level 2 kit, which I call Plantology, and it comes in a backpack, and it's made for grades 6 through 12 or more advanced elementary kids. So this kit comes with a booklet with 12 activities described, and these are more intensive activities that require a little bit more time, a little bit more work. So one of the activities is classification. You learn how to classify, so I'm giving you aliens instead of plants, so you don't have any preconceived notions. And you end up making a dichotomous key with this, and then there's newly discovered aliens that you put into your key later. So it's just like real life. Another activity, we talk about tree rings and how you can tell how old a tree is by the tree rings. Well, one way you can tell how old a tree is without cutting down the tree is to take cores. And so all of these lines are basically what the tree ring would be. So we practice here, and you notice that if you know how old a tree is when it's cut down, you can count back to when it was germinated, and then by overlapping trees of the same species that were grown in the same area, you can see like, okay, this tree, didn't go back as far as this one. So if we know this one was cut down in 84, we can go see when it was germinated, and we can see the different ages by relating them. And you get some actual tree core samples, and you can actually find out where they overlap. And so you can answer questions about when was a cabin built if we cut it down on this year, when was the tree germinated if we cut it down that year. Another thing you can do is we have a sprinkler gauge. So you can put this in your yard. They tell you to put 1 inch of water on your lawn every week. How do you know when you've hit an inch? You put this in different places, see how long it takes to get to an inch. Another activity is we have a little hydroponics kit here. This is rock wool, so it's not actually soil, but you can grow plants in it. So we're just using water to grow plants, so there's hydroponics. We have a little activity where you make a flower out of toothpicks and Q-tips and a straw and tissue paper, complete all the way from the roots to the pollen. We have another activity where you become a plant and you roll the die to see what the weather's going to be. And depending on how many leaves you have and what the sun was like and how much water you lost due to transpiration, you have to figure out how to save the sugars you created and save it up and either buy a root or a leaf to get through the season as you're growing. And then if you save up enough sugars, you get to make a flower, which is what you need for your species to reproduce. And in real life, they die at the first frost a lot of times. So after you get 15 rolls of the die, you have to roll 2. And if you get doubles, that was the frost. So you never know when it's going to end, just like real life. And my favorite part about this is a resurrection plant. These are from the Chihuahuan Desert on the US-Mexican border, and they don't get much rain, so they can go into a really, really dormant state. But if you just add water, a few hours later, they open up. And you can see how they photosynthesize, but take away the water, and in a day or two, it'll go back to being that dried up looking state. So again, these Plantology kits are for level 2 gardening kits. So this is for like middle school to high school, and it has 12 advanced activities like you see here. We do still have the level 1 Gardens to Go kit, which has 18 activities in a lunchbox. And if you're interested in either one of these, just contact me.
We hope you enjoyed this video. It's part of our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. You can also find even more videos on our OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.